Taking a look at the final out of the game between the Tigers and the Guardians. Tigers win it 6-3, scored 4 in the 7th. And they should be happy. Here we go, taking a look. 10 hits for the Tigers in that one. Flaherty went just over 4 innings. I mean, they got it done. It's a big one, best of 3. With that, we bring in Brinson, who got to see this the whole game, because I didn't get to see the whole game. So I need you to break this down for me, Lewis. I asked you, how'd it go? Anything exciting? Tell us what we missed.
Great ball game. First of all, my bracket is blown. It is blown to smithereens. I had the Guardians advancing. I just thought the Tigers were they were limping to the finish line there and getting to face the Guardians. I thought the Guardians had the upper hand. They had momentum. They played the Tigers very tough. And the Tigers just came out today behind Dylan Dingler and said, you know what? We've made it this far. We're going to the NLDS or the ALDS against the Seattle Mariners, and they came out and did their thing. Big inning there, and the offense is contagious, right? As hitters, as a former player, you get one guy on and you get a big double by Javier Baez there. They ended up batting around in that inning that he led off with a double, and hitting is contagious. You have a Javi Baez get on base, and then the lineup just turns over, and you see guys having better at-bats. The Tigers were poised. They looked like they came into this game ready to take control of this game, ready to hit. They were struggling. Both teams really were struggling with runners in scoring position, being able to score runs and get runs across. But the Tigers came out today and put it on the Guardians. Guardians really didn't have any answers. They tried to make amends for it in the 8th inning there, but just couldn't catch the Tigers there, and they end up moving on, man. Congratulations to the Tigers, man. Well-fought victory here.
Yeah, and Detroit, a far way away when they were one of the worst offenses in baseball. There's a lot of talent on this lineup. We saw them heat up throughout the season. And you talked about the starting pitching. Bullpen came through, didn't allow an earned run. When you look at this Tigers team moving forward, how big of a threat are they? How far do you see them going?
Now, you run into a juggernaut, right? In the Seattle Mariners, they got the offense, they got the pitching, they got the bullpen and defense. So the Tigers, maybe could go further. I'm not really giving them a chance. I mean, they are a great team, and they show that they can put up some runs and create some offense and do the little things. Their offense is starting to click. Starting pitching behind Skubal looks like Flaherty is the guy. Flaherty has always been a big game guy, keeping his composure, can get a little slider happy sometimes, and lineups kind of pick that up. So we'll see when he pitches against the Mariners if the Mariners can pick up that. But you have Skubal, that's a win day, supposedly in the playoffs. But I don't see the Tigers getting past the Seattle Mariners. Just a juggernaut of a team, like I said. But the Tigers have a really good roster. They have a lot of momentum. They believe in each other. Javier Baez is starting to swing the bat off the bottom. They're starting to put better at bats together. They're starting to play for each other. You can see the momentum and the energy pick up for AJ Hinch's team. So I give them a shot. I don't think it's going to be a clean sweep by any means. I think this could go 4, maybe 5 games next series. But ultimately, I think the Tigers are going to run into a buzzsaw in the Seattle Mariners. But they look great, and they're starting to pick it up. They're starting to come around on all facets.
And the Mariners are a decent favorite heading into that series against Detroit. I want to flip this to the other side. When it comes to Cleveland, seeing what they did through the regular season, the momentum they had coming into the post, how disappointing do you think this is for that clubhouse?
I don't really think it is disappointing, right? You want to make it you want to make it as far as you can. You want to win the World Series, but I think it is disappointing. But at the same time, they showed a lot of fight. Stephen Vogt had those guys playing together at all cylinders, base running, defense. The offense wasn't clicking really at all, hitting close to 220 as a team. So I give them a lot of credit. They should be proud of themselves for catching the Tigers and withstanding a 15.5 game lead by the Tigers there, and being able to come back and catch them to win the division. But at the same time, yeah, you want to win the division, but you want to win the ultimate prize at the end of the season. So these guys should be proud of themselves. I know they're disappointed. I know that locker room, it's tough in that locker room. It's real quiet. I know they're having probably a team meeting of how, they should keep their heads up and moving into next year, because they got a lot of young guys that showed a lot of grit a lot of fight, and Jose Ramirez is just the backbone of that team. I'm sure he had a post-game speech for the team too, but they should be proud of themselves, man. They overcame a lot this year, and again, ultimately you want to win the ultimate prize, but somebody got to go home. It just happened to be the Guardians.
They should be proud of themselves, but that graphic we just showed of the Guardians in the postseason, not great over the last few years, so maybe something they got to fix. Yeah. All right, Louis Brinson, definitely. Appreciate you. I just mentioned the latest odds. We already have those up for this next series between Detroit and Seattle. Seattle, a pretty heavy favorite here. First ever meeting between the two in the postseason. Seattle won the season series 4-2 against Detroit, and Seattle has won 4 straight games against the Tigers.